Hi, Master Guantai. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for agreeing to be on Ask a Bitcoiner 21 Questions. Before we get started, can you introduce yourself to the audience so where people can find you on social media and what you do in the Bitcoin space?
Yeah, it's a privilege to be here. Thank you very much for letting me on your platform. I go by Master Guantai across all platforms, especially on X. You can find me on Instagram and on TikTok these days doing the short videos. Myself, I run two Bitcoin only companies, which is
Oh,
what I'm running now, Bitcoin Mtaani, which is Bitcoin education in native African languages, so translating Bitcoin education. And then Bitcoin Matatu tours, where we do customized tours to Bitcoin projects in different African countries to let people, especially from the States or in Europe, experience Bitcoin projects in Africa and pay in Bitcoin. And so, in a nutshell, that's what Master Guantai does 24/7.
very nice. Very busy, I'm guessing, as well. So I think you saw the previous episode that we did with Jeremy. But just in case like you didn't get the whole thing, I'll give you an overview. The goal is to answer 21 questions in 10 minutes. I sent you the questions beforehand so that you can prepare a little bit, but there's a little twist because I swapped out one of the questions and I replaced it with a surprise question.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with it.
You're cool? Okay, so before we get started, do you have any questions?
I have no question. I'm just happy for you and your new show. And yeah, I saw
Thank you.
Jeremy's episode and I'm very much looking forward to this.
All right. Okay, well, let's get started. I'm going to start with the timer. Ready? First question. Which areas of your life have been most impacted since learning about Bitcoin?
My friend circles. I've come to meet a lot of new and interesting people who have positively impacted my life, both personally and in a business capacity.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Most important thing, I think, friends. Next question. How many languages do you know? And programming counts as a language.
I know four languages, that is English, Swahili, Sheng, which is a derivative of Swahili spoken in the streets of Nairobi, and Meru, which is my mother tongue language because I come from the Meru tribe in Kenya.
Wow. Good for you. Four languages. Next question. Bitcoin Matatu tours. When will the internet see your pimped out ride with memes, graffiti, and the works?
You can expect to see Bitcoin Matatu at the very latest during the Africa Bitcoin Conference in December, which is happening, fortunately, in my own country, Nairobi, Kenya.
That's very exciting. I hope I can make it. I'm not sure, but okay. Next question. What would we be surprised to know about you?
I like laughing a lot. A lot of people in the Bitcoin space, I think I'm this like very serious toxic maximalist who's like, yeah, everything about Bitcoin, but I like to enjoy myself and just make people laugh, crack jokes, and just everyone be chill and happy.
Yeah, always good. I like to laugh a lot too. Okay, next question. Which barriers to adoption have you observed the most in teaching others about Bitcoin?
For me, basically as a full-time Bitcoin educator, my biggest hurdles are the misinformation and disinformation perpetuated
Mm,
by shitcoin projects in Africa, which are done. They have very big budgets because what they aim to do is come to Africa to pump their coins and then rug pull
hmm
people. So that is the biggest hurdle I face before even introducing people to Bitcoin as a solution to people, even without talking everything to do with fiat. Yes.
Yeah, wow. Shitcoiners are everywhere. Which do you prefer, X or Nostr?
I prefer X simply because of the blood, sweat, and tears it has taken me long days and longer nights to establish myself as a brand and my companies and all the proof of work I've done. I know Nostr is a better platform. However,
Yeah,
it's not easy to just pack up and leave. So in the future, I'm looking to, yeah, learn about it more. But as of now, X is the LinkedIn of the Bitcoin space, 100%.
yeah. Respect to your proof of work. Uh, Next question. Who is Satoshi Nakamoto?
Satoshi Nakamoto is the person or group of people who, yeah, created Bitcoin and gave us this solution, which is changing the world right now.
Who orange pilled you?
I was orange pilled by an anon on Twitter. Actually, they go by the handle. This is VP. They have a channel where they teach people forex trading. So I used to be into forex trading before I discovered Bitcoin. So I learned
Ah,
forex trading from him, and then he started talking about Bitcoin. And because everything I'd learned was working, I took him seriously. So I started learning about what really is money, and then now Bitcoin.
thank you, Anon, for your good work. Okay, this one's a bit longer. Kenya's energy mix is said to be predominantly green, consisting of geothermal, solar, wind, and hydro. How can Bitcoin mining help with the energy infrastructure?
In Kenya, that question is brought to reality by the gridless compute project, because gridless compute is the biggest when it comes to mining here in Africa, and more so here in Kenya. So, to give an example, they have a facility in Kiambu here in Kenya, where I've taken a lot of people through the Bitcoin Matatu tours to go and visit and see how Bitcoin mining works. And basically, Bitcoin mining enables these communities to basically the incentive uh, is to get cheap power from places which produce electricity through wind, solar, or geothermal. So when Bitcoin mining comes
Yeah,
there, it makes sense to have a power facility, which now the power trickles down now to the community in regards to schools and homes being lit, which were otherwise not being fed by the national grid.
excellent. Excellent, excellent. What is your favorite Bitcoin wallet?
My two favorite Bitcoin wallets right now in Kenya are number one, Blink. I love Blink because yes, I've worked with the team closely for years now, but it is
Yeah,
very simple to onboard people because of the simplicity of the user interface. So to onboard no coiners, it's very seamless. The second one is Bitnob, because when it comes to Bitnob here in Kenya specifically, you can on and off ramp from Bitcoin to fiat through M-Pesa anytime you want. So from the convenience at whatever time or day or night you want, you can buy your M-Pesa through Bitcoin through M-Pesa, which is mobile money here in Kenya, and vice versa at your own convenience.
sweet. Who is the one person you would like to see orange pilled?
The Kenyan President, Dr. William Ruto, simply because if my president is orange pilled, he has the power and even by force to change things for the better by himself in his current sitting term.
Maybe he'll see this. What are
I
three
hope so.
things Bitcoin can solve in Kenya? Hmm.
Bitcoin can solve number one, corruption. So if the president is orange pilled, if all the payments on a government level are done through the Bitcoin blockchain, there is transparency. So no more looting through corruption when it comes to the what is happening due to the fiat currency we are using, which is the Kenya shilling. The second thing, it will, on an individual level, create true freedom, that is self-sovereignty, bearing in mind that you control your own keys. So there is no point in time where your money can be frozen by an authority, by anyone, basically. So you chart your way forward. And the third thing is Bitcoin can really improve the lives of youths because more than 65% of Kenya's demographic is youth. And this youth, a lot of them have uh, are educated, have talents and different competencies. And by them learning about Bitcoin and putting
Yeah.
together the Bitcoin knowledge with what they have to offer the world, they can either sell goods and services online or even get remote working jobs with international Bitcoin only companies. So not they will not only make ends meet or just survive, but they'll actually thrive if they're in the Bitcoin standard.
Yeah. Amen. If Bitcoin didn't exist, which scarce asset would appeal to you the most?
I'd say it would have to be real estate. I'll put it that way.
Real estate.
Yeah.
Fair. Complete the following sentence. Not your keys, not your. Ah!
Not
I
your,
messed up the question. Complete the
no,
following sentence.
no,
Not
no,
your keys,
not your cheese.
not your cheese.
I'll
Nice.
rescue the,
Thank you
I'll
for
rescue
saving
the
me.
question.
Next question. Which country would you most like to visit?
Bitcoin Mecca, El Salvador.
El Salvador. Yep. And that was the timer. It's done. No big deal, especially since I messed up the question. Okay, next question. How do you define inflation?
I define inflation as the black tax put but on everyone by governments which pretend it's not there. So you are suffering
Yeah.
through governmental misinformation and disinformation.
Hodl, trade, or spend?
Uh, I'd pick a Hodl. However, in based on what I do, like both companies, because I like I work in Bitcoin full time. The store value proposition is yes very high and preferred both on a personal
Yeah.
level for everyone, and to hold the savings for the companies. But also the medium of exchange proposition cannot be understated because we want people to uh, trade using Bitcoin. So, for example, when you come for the Bitcoin Africa conference, when you want to go to Safari or go to see Gridless or wherever you want to go, you can actually spend some sats to enjoy all this, your vacation time and to enjoy the conference. So, for me, both Hodl and spend. I'd like to be a full P2P trader, but yeah, we only have 24 hours, so I do it only sometimes.
Yep. Say Bitcoin fixes this in another language.
Bitcoin inasuluhisha hii. That's in Swahili.
Beautiful. I think we're almost at the end. 3 more questions left to go. Bitcoin is multidisciplinary. Which discipline are you most drawn to? So, cryptography, programming, economics.
For me, it has to be economics because I'm not technical. However, I believe through learning uh, economics, you can actually uh, learn the root of the problem, so that even when you're
Yeah.
explaining to someone, you don't you just explain the problem statement first and present Bitcoin as a solution. So it has to be economics for me.
Yep. Who is your all-time favorite band or singer?
Bob Nestamale.
Next question. How do you define inflation?
I define inflation as the black tax put but on everyone by governments which pretend it's not there. So you are suffering
Yep.
through governmental misinformation and disinformation.
Hodl, trade, or spend?
I'd pick Hodl. However, in based on what I do, like both companies, because I like I work in Bitcoin full time. The store value proposition is yes very high and preferred both on a personal
Yeah.
level for everyone, and to hold the savings for the companies. But also the medium of exchange proposition cannot be understated because we want people to uh, trade using Bitcoin. So, for example, when you come for the Bitcoin Africa conference, when you want to go to Safari or go to see Gridless or wherever you want to go, you can actually spend some sats to enjoy all this your vacation time and to enjoy the conference. So, for me, both Hodl and spend. I'd like to be a full P2P trader, but we only have 24 hours, so I do it only sometimes.
Yep. Say Bitcoin fixes this in another language.
Bitcoin inasuluhisha hii. That's in Swahili.
Beautiful. I think we're almost at the end. 3 more questions left to go. Bitcoin is multidisciplinary. Which discipline are you most drawn to? So, cryptography, programming, economics.
For me, it has to be economics because I'm not technical. However, I believe through learning uh, economics, you can actually uh, learn the root of the problem, so that even when you're
Yeah.
explaining to someone, you don't you just explain the problem statement first and present Bitcoin as a solution. So it has to be economics for me.
Yep. Who is your all-time favorite band or singer?
Bob Nestamale.
Yes. Dread. And last question. What is the most common Bitcoin FUD you hear in Kenya?
Bitcoin is just like all the other cryptocurrencies, like shitcoins like WorldCoin, which
Yeah.
are there to harm people. Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's it. Thank you for answering 21 questions today. And can you remind everyone again what your handles are and where they can find you?
I'm at Master Guantai across all platforms. And I answer all your questions for free anytime. Follow me, especially on X. DM me for anything you need from me to you from Africa with love.
With love. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.